Today I will do a brief introduction to the Nikon F system. The Nikon F is a 35mm full-frame system. It started off as a film system, but now it's also a digital option. The Nikon F system is still sold today with a f6 film body and a couple different digital options. Lenses in the Nikon F system have maintained the same mount throughout the years, not like Canon that introduced the EF when they changed to autofocus. The Nikon actually has manual focus lenses and autofocus lenses nowadays with manual override. All the Nikon F cameras are SLRs, and there are professional bodies, there are prosumer bodies, and also amateur bodies. Some of the cameras on the Nikon F system were made for professional use, some are made for prosumers, and some are made for just normal consumers. Because of that, some are extremely easy to use and some are a bit more complicated. Some of the cameras from Nikon were fully mechanical in the film days, but nowadays they're all battery dependent. Lens selection from the Nikon F system is huge due to the mount being compatible throughout all these years. Do take note that there's differences between some of the lenses like the A, AIS, G or D lenses. So make sure that the body you're using and the lens you want to use is compatible. Even though most lenses on the Nikon system are made by Nikon, there are third-party lens manufacturers like the Carl Zeiss that I have on this Nikon F3. So Nikon F system, this is probably one of the biggest photography systems in general. SLR, Nikon, what do you think?
I think this is the gold standard of single lens reflex systems, reaching all the way back to 50s. I think Nikon nailed it on the first try. And this truly is maybe the system to start and end with. The lens section is amazing. The cameras range from cheaper models to higher end models. The features are limited, the features are endless. The system is just great.
You have mechanical cameras, you have electronic cameras, you have AF cameras, you have so many things. It still is carried out today. You can still buy Nikon digital full frame.
And you can still fit the lenses.
Yep. Not like Canon, which had to change the mount from the FD to the EF. So yeah, who do you think would be wanting to start or wanting to get into the Nikon F?
I think this is a system for everyone. There's some models for everyone. There's the lower end AE models, there's the mechanical models, there's the AF models, there's anything for everyone.
Also some classics. I mean, if you want to get into the F system, there's a couple classics that I think one shouldn't miss. Like, consider that the Nikon F was the one that started it all, and then there was the F2, F3, F4, F5, and F6, which is still sold new.
Yes, and the lenses, we have the E-series lenses from ranging the lower end models, but the optics are very good, but they are skimming on maybe the build quality a little on the outer. Then we have the AIS lenses, which are like still made, like you can buy from Nikon some models.
Yep, and adaptability towards digital. Of course, Nikon does make digital bodies in the F system, but you can also mount the Nikon lenses, for example, on Canon, which is something that you can't do the other way around, and also adapt them to mirrorless.
Yeah, and these are a recurring theme here, that these are also used in the video business, because the lenses are very good, so you don't even have to rehouse these. The throw are so good with these already, and the mechanics are superb.
Yeah, you have you probably can declick them if you feel like it, and you have the manual aperture and focus, which is very nice for that kind of use.
Yeah.
And price-wise, I mean, like we mentioned it a couple of times, but price-wise, you can start with a very, very, very entry-level budget.
You can start maybe with the Nikon F801 AE stuff, or you can go up to the F6, or the F4 is a good mid-range, mid-price.
Yeah, I think one of the things that a lot of people forget nowadays for film photography is there was a lot of those consumer cameras, those plastic fantastic kind of cameras, the Nikon F65, Nikon F80, Nikon F50, which actually do pretty much everything a Canon AE1 or maybe the mechanical cameras can do, but with help if you're beginning. So if you're a beginner photographer and you don't really know what to do, you can start with something like that. I mean, in the F50s, F65s sell for less than, you know, basically a cheap lens.
Yes, and there's a, if you're let's say a mechanical type guy, there's this classic stuff. Then there's this the Nikon F8. This was the most advanced camera at the time, or at least on the SLR market. It has the matrix metering. It has, you know, pretty much everything you could ask in a single lens reflex camera.
So yeah, if you are interested in Nikon F, let us know. Leave a comment below if you're, you know, thinking of getting into it, or maybe you've been a user for years, because these have been around for a very long time. The fact that you can adapt, I mean, mount the older lenses on new body, like, it's amazing. Like, the fact that they kept the same mount for pretty much the whole history, except for a couple exceptions, which we won't say everything worked with everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Check it out. But yeah, leave a comment below if you want to. You can also check Kamerastore. There's plenty of equipment from Nikon F. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.